Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's see here. Seems to me that, as usual, my mic is having some sort of issue. Let's see. I feel like this is the never-ending issue of my life. Alright, hold on. Give me a second. Test one. See how that sounds. Still has got that. Alright. There we go. Turning on the noise cancellation helped. I don't know why that was off. boost that a little bit. You know what I'm interested in? I'm interested in knowing why when I have the media, so the music muted, it's still playing. Oh man. Oh, what up, KTW? And Fluted Carrot, thank you for the bot. Band. All right. I think we're good enough now that I can roll with that. So for now, I'm testing this. I don't know. Sounds all right. Sounds good enough for now. How have you been, KTW? See if that helps turning that gain down. Being good while trying. Felt. All right. I feel like I can hear a high pitched squeal. And so I'm trying to figure out where that noise is from. Yeah, and that's the problem is I'm not sure where that static's coming from. Unless it's... Ooh. Let's see. What happens if... You know what? No. So, yeah, let's do the compressor. Let's see what happens with the compressor on. All right. Try it this way. Voice clarity. Ooh. That did it. All right. Is that better? Let's see here. All right. It was so sensitive that it picked up what I heard in my headphones. All right, turning that gain down. You don't have gain control now. All right. So maybe this. All right, bump that up, and here we go. So, it has been a hot minute since I've gotten to stream. I tried to stream last week, and Chloe had a meltdown, which ended up with me not being able to stream for very long. I feel like with my mustache, if I don't do it, you can't see my face. Anyways, while I'm talking, I'm going to be doing some networking and sending my stream out to some other places. Because no matter how far in advance I try to prepare, it just never works. So, where's the YouTube? So, we've officially settled on 5E for the upcoming DnD campaign. And, you know, that's the one that's like going to be with 7 people. So, it's going to be fun. But I have some ideas. 3.5 all the, for a second I was like, I'm confused what you're talking about. Didn't register in my brain. And yes, she is old. But that's okay. We still like her enough. But tonight I'm going to be working on kind of just looking through some things and prepping for it. And then playing some Resident Evil. Oh, hey. Thanks. Appreciate it. Definitely been working on. Definitely gonna been working on getting this all set up and ready to go the way that I want it to look, and I'm actually pretty happy with it now. Welcome in, MDG. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. Did you text me back? That's the question. No, you didn't. All right, cool. I didn't miss it then. Let's see. All right. Just sending out some messages to some of my crew, places that I hang out and talk in, my communities. So, all right. Is the music still going? I don't think so. I think the music stopped. There we go. Have that going just a little underneath. But yes, I've been working. Oh. What did you redeem? Sorry, I still have not set up any sort of emotes or anything, so save your channel points, bro. There are certain things that I'm like, yes, these need to be set up and they're on my to-do list, but man, life's been so crazy between finally getting licensed for real estate and like, I don't know, it just feels like all my days have been focused on setting all of that up and getting that ready to go so I can start, you know, making money again, which I'm super pumped about. Thanks, I appreciate it. I passed and on my first try too, which I totally did not think was going to happen. Not going to lie. I spent the whole day freaking out because I was like, yo, I'm going to fail. I'm going to have to pay for it again. But thankfully I did not. Which is great because I didn't want to have to pay for it. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like in the onboarding with my brokerage now. So it's just a lot of like watching videos and like getting the business set up. Because that's a major part of it is getting getting the business set up at the beginning so that like I don't have to like file like an LLC or anything like that. Man, I really do need to get a different camera stand for this one. The only problem with this camera stand is it's like a bendable one, which allows me to adjust it easier. But it shakes all over the place. So, next on the list once I start making money. It won't fall down. That's true. It's actually not. It has fallen off. If I bump my desk because it's not screwed on, it's magnetic. So like looks really nice. I've added like 6 different filters to this camera to get it to look like this for right now. So one of these days I will have a nice camera that I don't have to do it. But we've survived worse. Listen, the tornado warning early last week, or late last week, one of the two. I think it was on Wednesday. Last Wednesday was crazy. Chloe, she had a fun time being in the basement because it got super dark out and she heard the sirens and was freaking out. It's fun times. So I think that for this game, right? So for those of you who don't know, I am running a DnD campaign for a group of friends and my wife. I got my wife to come join and play in some D&D, and I am super excited about that because she's never played before, and I'm like, I want her to be involved in my nerd life. So we haven't created characters yet. We just finished deciding, and by finished deciding, I mean I gave them a week to vote on it, and they voted, and they all landed on a 5e campaign. And so I'm planning on doing a session 0 where I'm going to walk them through some like character building because not all of them know what to be doing. So I'm going to be sending them out their character sheets this week. Hopefully, I might even almost dropped that. I might even be able to send out the things tonight if I get to it. But here is, I need to pull up so that I can get my Notion out. That way, as I take my notes tonight. So there we go. All right. The current theme that I've decided to go with is, so I asked them what they wanted. If they wanted a one shot or if they wanted an actual campaign. And they kind of were thinking more of an actual campaign. So I was like, man, I don't know if I have it in me to actually create like a full campaign yet. Because I've DM'd, but only for small groups, and specifically with teenagers. So like in our youth group, we were playing a Pokemon Dungeons and Dragons game, tabletop. So I'm like, just gonna use some stuff. Just gonna use some like things that they've already got going on here. And yeah, so I've decided to kind of work on getting them to do a dragon hunter-esque thing. So let me pop over here. So I'm just going to be typing notes down. Actually, I wonder, do this. There we go. Pop over here so that you guys can see what I'm doing and kind of what my plan is. Session 0, the beginning. So I'm going to kind of map out what this is going to look like, and I want to do a quick read through. Let's see what these look like. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this or not, but and that, honestly, dude, that's what I was thinking. So what I wanted to do, general idea / plot. So the players are going to be a group of dragon hunters. Hired by a nobleman. It's not how you spell noble. To head to Storm Wreck Isle and slay the dragon menace. The reason that I am doing this is because I have some like different dragon books. So like there's the Dragon Delves, which it's like 8 different stories or miniature adventures that they can head on. And like in between them, like you can do sailing scenes where they're on their boat. My plan, because everybody is pretty new at all of this, is I want to go as least tactical and like technical as possible, because you can get so involved in the numbers and the math and which rules are we following, which rules are we breaking, and I don't want to be focused on that, because most of what they like is the storytelling and the fun, and so I want to stay focused on the storytelling and the fun of the game. And we can we can talk Matt Mercer effect if we want to. Listen, I think a lot of people get up in arms about DnD because these days it does not look like people expect every game to look like and to run like Critical Role. And I think it's an unrealistic expectation. And I mean, we've been saying this for a while, the Matt Mercer effect, like it's been a thing, but I recently just saw somebody go off on, so I don't know if anyone else follows, called like Sellsword Arts, Jacques de Whipper. Like there's this group of like, yes, I am definitely more of a, even with the kids, I definitely focused more on the story than the rules. Anyways, I saw this guy flipping out about, oh, we're in an ad. Are we back from ads yet? 20 seconds. Three, two, one, and everybody should be back now. By Cake Pop Demon Hunters. I'm sorry. I am trying to make it so that the audio difference between the ads and my stream is not that big of a difference. Like I don't want people running their phone at full volume. So, but I don't know what else to do, because if I do anything else, it's like I've about maxed everything out. The only other thing I could possibly think of is to buy a different preamp. Which maybe that's what I have to do at some point, is get a different preamp. But yeah, anyways, I was going off on something. Oh yeah, I was very disappointed because I saw somebody the other day on TikTok, and they were complaining about min-maxed, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a collection of like influencers, not even influencer, they all like do their own thing, but they're nerds, okay? And so they went and raised money to do a big in-person DnD event, and I thought it was great, but apparently other people did not, and they were very mad that it wasn't as good as Critical Role. And I just am like, Critical Role is very much like, these are like actors playing the show. Like, it's not just a group of, everyday people who don't have training or have knowledge of what's going on, playing a game. And so I think it's very important that the story takes precedent over the technical knowledge and technical know-how in the game, because I feel like that's what people are looking for when they play. And given that there's a lot of new people playing, I think like it's going to be super, super important for me to make it more of a, hey, we're playing for the story and not so that I have to count and do math every 5 seconds. Which also is why, like, some of the things that I'm planning on doing, systems in place. So first off, I'm using DnD Beyond because I can share my stuff with people, and basically have them just download the Beyond app and create their characters. See, I haven't heard of Duke, but there was some other guy, literally, I mean, this is going to sound mean, but literally nobody like me, who was throwing a fit about it. And I was like, dude, just stop. Like, it was good. It was fun. Oh, is that Duke? Okay. Got it. Yeah, I was like, dude, just why? Like, it was entertaining and it was fun. So, for this, my plan is to use DnD Beyond for character creation. See, I didn't see anything about the money. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I did not see anything about money on the video that I had watched, but maybe that was another part of it. I feel like they didn't misuse the money or mishandle the money. Personally, I thought it was fine. Like, the main thing that they used the money for, which was the whole reason it was raised, was to be able to get everybody in one place. That was very much what they were saying from the beginning was, hey, we need people. If you, our followers, want this to happen, we need you to send the money out, like, donate to this so that we can afford to fly people across the world, because not all of them are US. And so, no, it's not a mishandling of money. They use the money for, making sure that everything went good. And I thought it was excellent. My personal opinion, I enjoyed it. But I've really enjoyed watching them just like as individuals. I'm always watching Sellsword. I think they're hilarious. And Jacques de Whipper. Dude, I would love a season 2. I would love a season 2. Here's the thing. I think, and I was talking to a friend of mine a couple weeks ago, and he was like, man, I wish there was more D&D content, because like we have some D&D content and it's out there, but I don't know. Of course, I don't really look all the time, but I feel like that as I've been like trying to prepare for this stuff, like I feel like sometimes it's hard to like get into D&D because it does seem so advanced and like scary to start. And that's not counting all of the people who say, you know, you're going to hell if you play D&D. That's a whole nother Christian theological philosophical discussion we can have off stream one day, because don't believe that at all. That's coming from somebody who, you know, is a pastor in some ways in the past and still wants to be a pastor in the future. So I will literally hold D&D nights at church if I have to. But I want to use D&D Beyond I think another thing is about a DM not properly guiding new players. Yes. I actually, one of my first DMs who is in this chat room he did really good at introducing me to D&D, and like helping me figure things out as I played. But yeah, no, I agree. Like with new players, there has to be, I don't want to say more railroading. You don't have to railroad new players, but they definitely need more of the story laid out for them, because they're not used to the improv that, you know, is required sometimes. They're not used to having to think about how far in advance they go. Like, you know, am I going left or right? Like, how technical do you want to get? Because, like, you know, it could be, you know, you exit the inn and, you know, you can either go left or right. On your left there's, you know, a merchant stall, and on your right there's a blacksmith. Do you want to restock? And that's another thing. I am not keeping track of inventories. Like, unless you, for some reason, unless they're like really, really sure that they want to count arrows, like, no, I'm not keeping track of your arrows. It's just not happening. Dude, listen, I'll tell you what, I am listen, they let that go through in chat. Made me laugh really hard. Yeah, so my plan is to use D&D Beyond because I can share like the character creation and stuff with the team, with the group, and I'll be able to like share different resources with them. I want to see if I can find a way to share the rule book with them. I found the secrets. It just has to be something you agree with. Yes. Yeah, I want to see if I can share the where are they? Player's handbook with everybody too. That way they can kind of see everything. But I plan on using D&D Beyond because of the capabilities that I have with that. And I think I bought this, I don't know, I don't know. I probably bought it when it first came out because I was like, man, I'm getting into D&D. And I have somewhat. Like, yeah, I wish that I could play more, but it's just been one of those things that I've like never been able to make time for. So making time for it now. But I'll share that with them. And then I want to look at this is another thing that I'm planning on using. It's called Above VTT. So I don't want to pay for Roll20. I don't. I thought about doing it because I am a nerd. I can't help it. I have a small, like 39-inch TV that we don't really use for anything. And my goal is I'm going to move it between places and lay it on its back and put the map on there for everybody to see. Is kind of what my idea is. So yeah, that's kind of my idea, is to use a virtual tabletop map and, just still have we'll have characters. Now I'm not going to be tracking, how many spaces that they have between, between characters. I'm not going to I'm not getting that crazy involved. Now, if I know that you're, on top of the hill and you only have a sword, like you're not going to be able to hit them. You're going to have to, run down or engage them in some way. But I'm not going to be super, super picky about it because I just feel like it takes some of the fun out of it. And what I want, and this is what I loved when I was working with the students, was when I would get them to really think and come up with these like really cool things to do. Like I want them to be able to tell me like, hey, like this is what I want to do. Can I roll this for it? And I'm like, yes. Man, there was a couple students. I'm not going to say their names, but there was a couple students who are really good at that, and I really enjoyed working with them. It was fun. So I'll have to play around with this week and see how it goes. You're really two things, not just one. There's Dungeon Dragon lore and role-playing game mechanics. Can be tough to tackle both for some people. All right, I'm MDG. Yes, very much so. The nice thing though is I think the only person in this group that I'm going with that is new to like role-playing game, like everyone here is actually like they're playing another DnD campaign right now. They are playing an Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I'm guest starring in as an NPC. So that's been fun. But yeah, they know that, so like that'll make it a little bit easier, but they are a crazy bunch. So I'll be interested to see how well I can rein them in. And as for my assistant, as they try to ride a Taurus, I'm still really glad that they got kicked and beaten, because they are ridiculous. For that, I'm probably gonna get flagged on YouTube or something for being aggressive. one coffee down. So right now, those are the two things that I'm thinking about using. So I'm going to add that. Add extension, and then I'll look and see if it works. I don't need it right now, so. All right. We'll look at this real quick. All right, Dragon started as a. Yeah, so I was like looking for different options. You know, there's Foundry, Roll20. A lot of people have said that Beyond's virtual tabletop isn't bad. I haven't messed around with it at all, so I might look into it. But I found Above VTT, and they were like, yo, this is great. It's open sourced. It's free. Why aren't more people talking about it? And so I started looking at it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to run with it and see what happens. So, don't want to. All right. So this is like. So I have a couple battle maps that aren't like super crazy. They're kind of just, you know, I think I have one that's like a forest map and one that's like you flip it over and it's like a rune map. And so I've thought about the problem that I have is I actually really like I think like one of the cool things, and I think it's Foundry. I think it's Foundry that does 3D. Like you can have like 3D tokens. I'd have to double check. I don't remember. But I had a friend of mine who showed me they had like 3D tokens, and I was like, that's cool. If you're planning on making your own maps, look into Dungeon Draft, cheap starting costs, and most of that source. Okay, I mean, yeah. So ultimately, here's my ideas. Idea number one: run this campaign with them, have fun doing it. I don't know how long they're going to be interested in doing it. Step 2: start hosting DnDs in Discord. Step 3: I would love to eventually have like a monthly one shot that we stream. Lego, dude, I never thought about that. I mean, not that Legos are much cheaper than just buying actual miniatures. They're not. We just bought Legos for a friend of ours' birthday, and I was like, holy crap, they're expensive now. But yeah, no, I would love to like. I think it would just be so fun to have like a regularly scheduled monthly D&D group. If anything, they're probably more expensive. They might be. Because there was like, yeah, I don't know. We were looking at Minecraft ones. Yeah, listen, I always thought about like when you had given me the 3D printer, I was like, yes, this is going to be how I start miniatures and then start painting them as a hobby. And it just never happened. So yeah, it just never happened that way. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know. I just am like, I think it would be fun to do this. And also, I don't have storage space for a bunch of miniatures. Again, another reason that I'm like this. Let's see. Dragon's Rest. Adventure continues to a tiny cloister on Stormwreck. Fair. The one I gave you sucked. That's why I didn't want it. Listen, I would have been happy with it if I ever actually was able to like listen, like if I would have been able to actually get into it, maybe one day I would have enjoyed doing it. But even with that thing, like I never was able to really like bring myself to like get started with it, because it was just, you know, a whole thing of something new to learn that I just wasn't ready for. BYOM. Bring your own miniatures. Listen, how funny it would be if you did a bring your own miniatures party and like some people showed up with like a Lego, one person brought. I think it would be so funny to see what people would bring as their own miniature of their character. Like I'm thinking like, you know, somebody shows up with a Barbie. One person brings an actual miniature. Chloe, she would bring, you know, like a piece of jewelry or something. Ducks, bluey characters. That would be hilarious. Suckers will get stuff off of like Hero Forge. Someone I played with paid like 50 for. What is that? No. All right, hold on. Hero Forge, custom character builder. What? No. That's so cool. Can I design one and then send it to you? This is pretty cool. Are there raccoon folk in DnD somewhere? Because I think my wife would love to be a trash panda. Like, just saying, she would absolutely adore getting to be a trash panda. Anyways, that's pretty cool. Just gonna bookmark that. Done. All right, so I think I'll probably end up running this intro to Stormwreck Isle. So, because this is cool, because it gives you like a starting place for getting them to Stormwreck Isle. And then I think this one was. Yes. I will pitch that idea to Heather. She could totally be a raccoon. So like I got this. FYI, we got ads. We got abs. I don't got abs. Yeah, so I think maybe what I'll do. All right, let me pull my Notion back up. Oh, nope. There we go. All right. Thoughts for how to run the campaign. Intro. to Storm Wreck Isle, which then would flow into Dragons of Storm Wreck Isle, which then would flow into Dragon Dells. And then I don't know into what from there, because that's probably almost, depending on how often I'm assuming we're probably only going to meet once a month. So I would say that's probably a good one. I would say that's probably a good year's worth of campaign right there, almost. Maybe 8 months. Anyways, ads are starting soon, so I'm going to just hang out for a minute and read some stuff while the ads are running. So that means turn your volume down. Good night. I appreciate you. Thanks for hopping in and hanging out with me. I'm going to just probably work on this for another 10-15 minutes and then head off to Requiem anyways. Go shoot some zombies for a bit. Listen. I have thought about ending ads. There we go. Thanks. Anyways, what I was saying is I'm actually thinking about turning ads off. So yes, ads are currently how I make my money. Air quotes. I have like, I think I was just looking at my, well, let me look at my analytics. Summary. Where was that? I made affiliate in February. And since then, I've made, and this is with, I guess it's only with 11 hours streamed. It's 11 hours streamed. I've made $2.06, with $1 of that being bits that somebody donated. So, yeah, it's not a lot, and it's hard. Well, but that's the thing, it doesn't really help anything. It's only all I've done, like, all I've made is like $2 in 11 hours. So like, it's not a whole lot of money because I don't have a whole lot. So like, ads are only, honestly, in my opinion, ads are only worth it if you have enough people watching that makes it worth it. So because, you know, it's all about the amount of views that you're getting in those ad portions. Like that's where you get that money from. And so ads, especially on Twitch, and it's not really worth it. I would love to be able to start creating long form content and get monetized over on the Red site, because at least then there's longevity to the monetization of your videos. So eventually my goal is to do that, but I think, like, I've been debating it for a while. I think it's actually better to just turn off ads, and just accept that you're not going to get it for a while, because again, it does subtract from it. And when somebody joins in and, you know, they get hit with ads right away, like oftentimes if I'm checking out a new streamer and I get hit with ads right away as soon as they roll in, I know that it's not really their fault. But I kind of leave because I'm just like, I just wanted to see what they were doing in that moment and I missed it. So just my hot take on whether or not ads are actually worth it. As a small streamer, I do not believe that they are. You're not making enough from them for it to be worth it, unless you're streaming 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and are literally only doing this. I mean, then sure, maybe you're getting the views to make it worth it. But I mean, you don't see a dime until you hit at least $50. So, I mean, I would love, and this is something for, you know, my short form content, I would love to hear your thoughts on whether or not ads are worth it for small streamers. Anyways, I'm saying that so that I can cut that later. Been getting pretty good at editing videos now, which is crazy. Never thought that I was going to be editing videos. Alright. I'll read through this another night. I think that's enough DnD talk for tonight. I'm gonna go hop in and play some Requiem real quick. Let's see here. Hey, Miles. Remember this? What am I missing? Let's see here. Oh, 12 hours. Dang it. I might need to go hit some creatures real quick before I log off for the night. Hey, if anybody ever wants to come play a game, let me know. I've been playing this game since I was like 13. Check this out. I'm fully kitted out. Oh, I've got cow milk. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's see here. Where's that at? Recruit friends. Probably. I'll do it later. I'm gonna create an invite to this game in my Twitch account and see if I can get anybody recruited. Oh man, this game. This is like my old school RuneScape. So like, you know how some people have like that one game that they've always returned to and they've played since they were a kid. They don't even really like it anymore. They just play it because you've got those things that you play. For some people it's Pokemon, for some people it's RuneScape. For me, it's Fallen Sword, which they've actually announced that later this year they're coming out with Fallen Sword 2. So we'll see how that goes for me. All right. I'm gonna fade the music out. And be done with that. And then boot up Resident Evil. Dude, Fallen Sword, I will play probably until they... I don't know, dude. Until they kill the game. But then they just released Fallen Sword 2. I'm actually... Man, I'm so hoping that... So, they're releasing Fallen Sword 2. It's gonna be in like Steam. So it's gonna be an actual like game, but it's also gonna be a mobile game. And it's gonna... Oh. All right, hold on. Let me see. There we go. So it's free. But check this out. This is their video. All right. That's their... Anyways, here it is. There's some of the gameplay photos. You'll have like an actual character, so you still have the WASD, you know, just like you used to. And I don't know. I'm really hoping... Ooh, I don't know what that was. I'm really hoping that they do not end up turning it into like a mobile gotcha game, just like everything else, because honestly, it'll make me want to not play it. Like, at least in Fallen Sword online, like the browser, I'm able to grind as much as I want to get whatever I want. Like, that's how it is. So, um, just adjust this real quick because I realized that I did not account for that. All right. Um, know what? I don't even know where which, so 323, 324, 324, 08. All right. Get my controller out because I'm lame. I think that I hope that the game has the same feel as the original. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. Anyways, I'm also hoping that this game works. So, like, last couple times that I've streamed it, it's given me some problems and actually has probably been one of the major causes of my crashes during stream. So, let's see, where am I? What am I doing? I don't even know at this point. It's been so long. All right. Oh, that's right. Okay. I tried lowering the quality. I tried everything. So there's one specific setting. Um, there's a specific setting, and I was talking about it last time before Chloe required me to come and be a dad. I think it's, no, what did I do? Okay. So I mean I put this all the way down to like low, but there's a very specific setting under here, mesh qualities. So for some reason, the mesh qualities, dude, I have a semi decent, like it's a 9070 XT. So like it's not a bad graphics card, right? But something about the mesh quality, when it's on high, if I look at a building, game just crashes and like drops down to like 30 frames per second, is like super lag, and it just, I don't know, it was causing the stream to crash. It was, oh, that's right, I forgot about them. Hi. I still hate the fact that I have to like, you know, do that. Ooh, another upcoming game that I'm excited about that I just signed up to be an alpha tester for, hoping that I get to, is State of Decay 3, um, which is another zombie game that like I've played a bunch of. Um, State of Decay 1 and State of Decay 2. Get out of here, bro. MDG, so mesh quality, from my understanding, and this is just from my time in modding Skyrim, as kind of like the oop, I'm out of ammo. It's like an overlay almost. So like here, let me go back to it for you. Image advanced. Where's it at? All right. So I'm gonna, this is gonna be weird. Just bear with me because I don't know how else to do this. So I'm going to zoom in here for you. This is all it does. So like, there's that. There's it with it on standard. So like it just makes it kind of a more defined photo and 3D model. Like, and honestly, it's such I mean, it does make a difference, but honestly, it's such a small difference that like you don't even actually recognize it or see it. Um, so, all right. It's just such a minimal thing that I'm like, why does it even matter? It shouldn't matter. And yet here it is. It is a major issue when playing this game. All right, back to here. Dude, I love this hatchet. You know what? I'm gonna throw that at you. Ha! Got him. Back over here. Throw that at him. Coming in hot with a hatchet. Yep. Kick them. Bring it right in there like that. Nice. Ooh. Where'd you come from? Get out of here. Oh, another one. Dude, okay. Come on, come on. Dude, I'm doing Leon dirty. All right. Gunpowder. Green herb. Checking through here. Flashlight. Nothing. Shoot this down. Reload. Reload this. Take a sip of coffee. Climb up. Oh, that's right. We got this. All right. Oh, come on. Get out of here. Come on. Dude, back off. Man. Also, I need to remember how to sharpen my axe. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. So, nope. 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 Hmm. Let's see. Controller. Is there a keybind section somewhere? No. All right. Google. How to sharpen your axe. Resident Evil 9. All right, so it's let's see. Well, that's not working. Why not? There we go. Sorry, I tried that combination already, but it didn't work. It's actually really funny that that's all he does to sharpen an axe. As someone who sharpens a lot of knives, it would not be that easy to sharpen something. Just saying. Couple swipes of a grindstone. Not even a grindstone. Like, let's see. All right, I can't do it right now. All right. Over there. You know what? Get. I hate the fact that, like, even when you're like going and hitting them, like they just can walk right through you. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, didn't know you were behind me. Get him, kick him. Got him. Oh, of course. Got him. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's right. All right. 3 minutes. Three minutes until the ads. All right. Oop. Apparently not. You can go there. Shoot that down. Collect these boxes. Dude, I saw this hilarious video on TikTok. It made me laugh so much. It was like these guys. Um, it was like the Resident Evil 4 builders. Oh, I'll have to see if I can find it later. Oh, I'm assuming that that's a female zombie, but I could be wrong, I guess. That dress looking pretty raggedy. Can't get over there. All right. Reload because I'm going into a dark place. Cedar Brook Apartments key. Great. Yeah, they should have been, but they weren't. Oh, hey. Well, he said what I said. All right. Up we go. So now I need to find some fuel. And turn the electricity on. Let me guess, back in here. Where the fuel? Go up.
There should be a part for the detonator somewhere around here.
Check that out. Yes. Guys. 4 weeks of playing this game and I finally got the detonator. Well, part of it anyways.
Sherry, found the distributor. 2 more parts and I can jerry-rig the detonator for that gate.
Great. Can you see any more from your position?
All right, bro. Have a good night. Good luck on the packing. Let me know if you guys need anything from here. I can't come down, unfortunately, but I will keep you guys in my prayers. And if you ever need to call and just talk, you got my phone number. So have a good night. I love you. Tell Maria and the little man that Uncle H loves them. And we're back. Let's see. Check your surroundings. Let's see if anything over there.
Another BSAA camp. That should have the signal receiver.
Okay, looking for the. So I'll have to find my way up there. Oh, well, found you.
That should be a fun trip.
All right. So let's see. What's next?
Got the location for those parts. Going to collect them now.
Okay. I'll look into the BSAA in the meantime.
I'll shoot this little raccoon. Here. Got it. Man, I'm playing this game and all I can think about is the fact that right now all I really want to be doing is working on DnD stuff. Just really enjoy DnD. It's so much fun. And like prepping and getting to hang out with a group of people, I think is what makes it fun. What can I buy? All right, let's see. Man, I'm getting tired too. Sometimes I wish that I could start streaming earlier so that I wasn't as tired. Let's see. I could sell, keep. Do. have never enjoyed the submachine guns in these games. Don't know why. Selected weapon. Pretty much better in just about every way. Do I buy it? Do I do that? Or do I just get that? Obviously, I'm not going to buy ammunition. I need to get that because you should always upgrade that. You know what? I'm just going to go here. Charm to remove. Alright. Apparently it doesn't. Alright. Let's see. I want to sell it though. Oh, there we go. Sell. And then I'm going to go buy. And you know what? Screw it. I'll go ahead. I'll get 10. And then tune up. Sorry. Do not mean to be yawning this much for you guys. Well, I can't afford any tune-ups anyways. I'm broke. Alright, let's see. So, if I go out of here... is this the... Hey, that's the key. Actually, let's do some rearranging real quick. Because, you know, this is always something that has to happen in this game. Who am I kidding? I love it. I'm so glad that they stay stuck with the system for Leon. You can go up there. You can go here. You can go fine. There. 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 Combine. Alright. Now I'm going to make some handgun ammo. And there we go. Ooh. Hand grenade. Thank you very much. Let's see. Down or up? Well, let's go up here first. Because, you know, you always gotta check out the random spots. See, look, I knew it was a good idea. Gunpowder, large. Okay. Open. Ooh, yes, please. Thank you very much. Load that up. Now we talking. Now we packing. Packing speed. Alright. Up the stairs we go. And it's locked. So, by process of elimination, I'm going downstairs. Which I hear an awful lot of noise coming from them. Not cool. Come out, wherever you are. I wonder if my flashlight affects my stealth. Apparently not. Unrealistic. I don't think you could sneak up on somebody. Ooh, tracking module. I'll take it. Anyways, I don't think you can sneak up to somebody from behind with a flashlight shining on them with the light coming on either side. I just don't think it would work. Man, I am not going down there until I have to. That's not a place I want to go. Gunpowder. A slot for a crank. Which means going down. Green herb. Nothing. Right. Looks like it's a dangerous place to go. So I'll go back in a moment. And it's locked from the other side. Alright, so I guess we gotta go down again. Taking note of my surroundings. This is obviously a trap. I mean, what else would it be? It's obviously a trap. Alright, dropping down. A valve hand wheel. Alright. That's fine. Get him. Done. Ooh, that was smooth. That whole, like, coming out of the kick straight into the one hand. Man, I totally forgot to hit record tonight. So much for being able to pull my clips from this video. Oh, what the hell? Nope. Get off Get away. Going up. Every time I say going up, all I can think of now is K-pop Demon Hunters, just so everybody is aware. That thing sucked. I like this little handgun. Silencer 9. There we go. The tracking module. What do we got here? Do that. And what are you? You a normie? Yeah. Oh, well, there I am. Here I am afraid that, Capcom. Welcome in, Mr. Atlas. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're having a good night. And it is one heck of a way to go. I was afraid when I first started playing this game that Capcom was going to kill off Leon. That's my fault. Mr. Atlas, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Appreciate that. The night has been good. Spent an hour and like 15 minutes chatting with some buddies about some DnD stuff. I'm running a campaign here soon, and I was just doing some prep. So thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Now you get to see if I can do this all over better. Yeah, so I am crazily running a campaign with 7 people, most of whom are new, and they've played like some RPG games, and they're like doing some other tabletop stuff right now, but most of them don't know or have never done an actual like Dungeons and Dragons playthrough. And so that, yeah, 9 to 12 is insane. So I'm super pumped, and my current plan is to, yeah, I'm playing 5. We're doing 5.5. Is what the current plan is, but current plan is 5.5, and I've kind of come up with an overarching theme of they are a group of dragon hunters, and we will be doing some like pre-made adventures just because I think would be helpful for me to be able to kind of focus more on the storytelling part of the game for all of the newbies. Probably one of the most exciting parts about this is I'm getting my wife, who is not the type of person who would usually play DnD to play. Come on. Turn around. Dang it. Run. Past him. Shotgun. But I'm going to be running some like Shipwreck Island, I think, or Stormwreck Island Isle or something like that, and I'm gonna die again because I'm not focusing. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, but they're gonna be dragon hunters hired by a nobleman to basically deal with some dragon issues in the world. And there we go. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're doing it in person. I'm going to be sending them some stuff tonight or tomorrow night. Just so they can start looking through the character sheets and getting an idea as to what they want their characters to be. It's going to be, I'm probably going to have it be more me telling the story than having them just driving the story the whole time, because with them being as new as some of them are, at least a couple of them I know are going to try to be murder hobos. It just is what it is. So it's just, but, let's see. I don't have it pulled up anymore. Stormwreck Isle into the Dragon Dells, because they wanted like a full length campaign, and so I'm kind of just doing it where it's like an episodic campaign where like they're being hired to, you know, kind of go to each of these places. And so I've got some ideas on how I'm going to be able to do that. I want to give them like a job board where they get to choose which island they go to next. You know, there will be some RPG time in between islands and stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. And then if they want to continue after, because the Dragon Delves, I always want to say dwells. It's not dwells, it's delves. If they are interested in playing longer than like 10 sessions, which I'm assuming once a month, so almost a whole year campaign just on these two things. If they wanted to do more than that, then I'll probably just lead them into, you know, something else. Though I have no idea how you do that. Like once a character like, you know, sure, you could sunset characters, but like once a character has like overcome and become, you know, once they reach level 20, and are, almost as powerful as a god. Like, how do you go back from that? Or do you just keep beefing up the big bad at the end? It's a question that I will have to figure out. So, but, all right, where are we at? 10:45. I'm going to snooze this last ad and just see if I can't get through this sewage facility. But how's your week been? Well, I guess today's what, Monday? Today's only Monday. How was your Easter? Did you have a good holiday? Did you do anything fun for the weekend? Do that. Handgun. Let's go. Dude, these death scenes are just ridiculous in this game. I can't even with them. Sometimes I'm just like, man, they're a bit much. Sharpen my axe. Reload that. Put this out. Alright. Get that, insert that. was my shot, guys. That was my shot, and I missed it. Let's see. He is gone now, thankfully. But did he leave? He sure did. Kick you. Set you on fire. That's how I do it. Oh man, alright. Yes. That. Snooze one more time. Alright. Just as I thought, this has to go all the way back. Some handgun ammo, which is super great because I was basically out. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. Already got him. I think that's everything. There's my bridge. Battery. Alright, great. Now, yes. I have to go back here. Up. And back through here. Just so everybody is aware, he is not the only one in this water. I am sure of that. Because that just doesn't make sense. Alright, so the battery dash, you can get a new one from either the sewage facility or the underground parking garage. Alright. So oh. More water. What time is it? Alright, well. Dang it. And there's no save spot. Oh, I left 10 ammo. Alright. You know what? I guess I'm gonna have to drop down, collect that ammo, go save my game. back to the beginning and be done for the night. I don't want to keep going and be too tired. Leon sounds pretty tired right now, not gonna lie. All right. So, with that, I'm going to end my stream. I will probably end up doing more and more DnD sessions because, one, it's fun to talk with other people as I prep and do all of that stuff and involve other people and get other thoughts in it. But also, again, for those of you who weren't here earlier, I want to start doing like a monthly one shot, either in the Discord or potentially live here on stream as I figure out how that works. So if that's something you would be interested in, make sure that you join the Discord. You can do that by clicking on any of the Discord links or checking out the link tree that will have all of that information in it. And as I prepare for that, I would love to get input and thoughts. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to raid somebody out tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream over on YouTube and Kick. Thanks again for watching and chatting with me tonight, you guys. I appreciate it. Anytime that you give up any of your day to spend with me, it is super, super important to me. I appreciate it so much because I know that you don't have to do it and you choose to. So appreciate it. And I'm going to raid out. So if you guys want to hang out for a bit, give me one moment.